spiritual knowledge necessary to test and judge the gifts from above. BD0708 from December 12, 1938, taken from book number 15. Behold, my children, I want to direct your attention towards me, and the spirit within you should only ever become aware of its origin. Therefore, ignore the outside world and only look inwards. A peaceful feeling within you will then provide you with the proof that you are on the right path, and your spiritual alertness will increase to the same extent the less attention you pay to life outside yourselves. The greatest care should be given to the cultivation of your inner life, and a blossoming of all spiritual things will be the result. As soon as my spirit descends upon you and you hear my voice, the world's goings-on will no longer affect you as long as you are willing to receive my word. And you will find access to me wherever you go, for it is your soul which rises into spiritual spheres even though the body dwells in the midst of matter. And the environment does not prevent you from making contact with me if only your heart longs for me. Therefore, receive the teaching from above, my child, which your circle of friends on the other side is now transmitting to you. People will find it increasingly difficult to make correct judgments. They will be exposed to many errors as long as they do not ask the Lord Himself for help, and most fail to do so. This gives rise to many different opinions and perceptions of what is uniquely important in earthly existence. Anyone who takes the trouble to examine a work that is of strange origin according to human judgment will not be able to find the right explanation and make the right judgment, even with the best will in the world, if he neglects to first ask for the strength to be able to examine such a work with a clear mind. Become like the children, i.e., do not consider yourselves capable of solving difficult problems without the Father's help, but leave yourselves full of trust to the Father's guidance, and you will be amazed at how easy the most difficult problem will appear to you, and how easily and effortlessly you will penetrate an area hitherto inexplicable to you. This is why knowledge is withheld from all those who do not believe they need their Father. And all words will be but empty letters to them. Whereas a true child of God will grasp every word like a revelation, for the Lord also reveals Himself to His true children and is distant to those who do not recognize Him. And so the presence of the Lord has become nothing more than a fabulous concept everywhere. People lack true faith in God's activity among humanity, and in the same way they will never want to recognize the intervention of the Divine Father if they want to examine intellectually what can only be understood in the deepest heart. Whatever grace the eternal Deity bestows upon you is unimaginable, yet the greatest measure of grace is ineffective if it is not recognized and thus does not want to be received. Therefore the Deity only works visibly where faith is the first prerequisite. And so an unspeakable amount can be given to a person, and yet the fellow human being cannot participate in this gift because his spirit is not receptive to it. Because he lacks faith. And so all spiritual gifts are only given to those people who want to receive, and this will is also conditioned by faith. Therefore, only a fully believing mind will be entitled and able to test the gifts from above, and likewise a disparaging judgment by an unbeliever will in itself be worthless, for only those who are called should test. But only those whose spiritual experience has brought them into contact with the Lord are called. But anyone who is still completely apart and is only a true representative of the world cannot possibly know about spiritual spheres and, as an ignorant person, can never judge. What is required in earthly life? A certain knowledge of the matter under judgment must be considered even more necessary in spiritual life if the judgment is to be wise and just. Amen.